What up? Alright. Spectacular Spider-Man. Y'all might think that I'm late. I'm not late. I've been hit. I watched this way back when I was younger though, and I never got to watch it in full succession in order. I watched it. I finished it yesterday, last night. Bro. Bro. Like, when I say I love cartoons when they go like, subscribe, gotcha, stupid, like, subscribe, comment if you want me to talk about more cartoons, because there will be a Spawn anime. Spawn is my favorite character of all time. There will be a Spawn video. Generator Rex might get one too, but yeah, let me know if you want me to talk about any more cartoons. Back to what I was talking about though. Yeah, I love cartoons when the world building feels like a real actual world. Like, all these characters have actual personalities, and you see like actual character growth within how Peter is talking to, like, their interactions with Peter throughout the series, except for Flash Thompson. This nigga never changed. Well, he changed. I'm gonna get Flash his flowers. Flash, he was a cool dude, you feel me? But even then, like, when you see the interaction with Peter and you like, all right, it feels like you was actually existing off screen. That, it might sound crazy like me saying that, but it's actually something that a lot of shows and stories in general just don't do with their characters. A lot of stories and shows, they don't know how to portray a character's growth without having that character have their own separate episode or something like that. Like, it's an amazing talent. It takes real life talent to write someone's journey like that. Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson, I am a firm hater of Mary Jane Watson. Let me tell you this. Mary Jane in this show, not only was she bad, overly bad. Boy, when I'm talking about when he had that school dance, when Peter had the school dance and he ditched Gwen for what's her name? For Betty Brand? I'm like, okay, I've always been a believer. Gwen is the one for Peter. That is my thing. Gwen is the one for Peter. So when I seen him ditching Gwen, I said, nigga. But it was for Betty Brand. As a firm liker of the older women, the cougars, the cats, the seasoning. I said, let them cook. Offer Aunt May to come through and spoil it for him. Talking about some, but don't worry, my neighbor, she has a wonderful niece. I'm like, bro, Mary Jane better be bad, because I did not remember how Mary Jane looked in this show. So I'm going off of how I always seen Mary Jane, and I'm like, bring her in. Bring her in. I mean, Mary Jane was never like ugly, but you know, the Silver Sables, the Black Cats, the Gwen Stacy's in The Amazing Spider-Man. Like, I seen badder. You feel me? Boy, when she showed up at the door and she was like, just face it, Tiger. You done hit the lottery ticket. And with the I was in there, boy. I'm like, yeah, he like that. You done won. You won. All for her to get at the school dance and dance with every motherfucking nigga there. Ew. But at least she didn't lead him on though. And that's what I loved about this Mary Jane, where I feel like they need to portray that more with her character instead of having her lead Peter on, bow, all of a sudden got eyes for another nigga. Like, where did that even come from? At least with this Mary Jane, when he was pursuing it, he was like, hey, I thought you was my shorty. She was like, excuse me, Tiger, I don't settle down. Boy. I'm looking there, and up there, up down here. I'm looking everywhere, including your way though. Cause you like, you feel me? At least with her, she really running game. She really running game, and I can't do nothing but respect that. Shout out Mary Jane in this show, for sure. But the character of Eddie Brock, Venom, I remember Venom being vile, but just seeing everything now that I'm older and like the context, really just a loser, hater. And I love that. How in every iteration, because when they started it off with Eddie brought, childhood friend, both of their parents died, they bonded over that, big brother, little brother type of relationship. Like they homies. And then seeing Eddie lose the trust for Peter when he was taking the pictures at the lizard, with the lizard thing that was happening. And with that, don't worry, we're gonna talk about Peter's character, but I want to address all like the side characters first. So when I seen Peter, when Peter was taking the pictures at the lizard thing, and Eddie was like, really, bro? Like, you ditched us. You ran to the top of the building while we were struggling. I almost got ate. And you taking pictures? Bro, you wrong. You so wrong. And you can't even be mad about that, because it's like, you don't know. So from your point of view, bro, Eddie, you right. You completely right. Like, Eddie's not, he doesn't start off like a loser. He start off so real. Like, bro, you really ditched us. Like dead ass. And then, but even then, he still held like love for him. He was just like, I can't have a weird nigga around you like me for right now, bro. Just give me some space. You still my dog though. And then the Spider-Man thing happened when Peter took the symbiote, and then he was like, and then he went to destroy it. He came back, and destroying the symbiote cost Eddie his job because they didn't have the funding, so they had to fire Eddie. And Eddie was like, oh, dead ass. And then come to find out that the actual secret identity of Spider-Man was Peter Parker. And instead of him clicking like, oh, so that's why he went away for the lizard thing. That's why he went away for like this electro thing. Like all these things, all his disappearances, he never really disappeared. He always came back to help. But he was so far gone in his hate at that point that he was like, oh, so it was you this whole time. Bet. Run it. And from then on, hater after hater. I know he'll never top Tobey Maguire's Eddie Brock, because that nigga went to church and prayed on a nigga downfall. There will be no topping that. There's no topping that. But the episode, because a lot of stories, when Peter Parker's like, when his identity is on the like brink, they'll probably have a stunt double come in or something to sort it out or something, like very cornerly. Or even when like superheroes in general, when they have like, when their identities get exposed, it's not portrayed as dangerous as it was portrayed in Spectacular Spider-Man. Bro, the second season of Spectacular Spider-Man was on the verge of becoming the ultimate Spider-Man verse. It really was. It really was. Because when he got revealed and he pulled up in the Bugle on some Mysterio shit, he was like, oh, I got a scoop for you. Hey, Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker. Mysterio's such a shame. But when he was like, Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker, I was like, in front of Jameson? And Jameson gonna snake him out? Jameson and my boy, they gonna snake him out talking about some Peter go home. Already had the news cover ready. Wow. Wow. But even then, it was like, it was so great. That whole episode was so top tier. Like seeing them interview all these characters, and they all initially start off like, bro, Peter Parker is not, he's not that. There's no way that he could, and then it starts clicking in their head because Peter Parker is such a nerd. He's such a nerd that you wouldn't suspect it. Like they always just ruled it out in their heads, but it was so in front of their face. And now that it's all clicking to them, they like, no comment. That's gas. That's gas. That is fire. And then, oh, it was also good. The action, let me tell you, the fighting scenes, elite. Y'all love to talk about his first fight against Tombstone when he pulled up in the office. Body bag. Yes, it was cold. Let me raise you one though. His last fight was Tombstone in the episode where it was him Dr. Octopus and Silver Sable's father, when they was in the sewer getting down, a dog fight. Good Lord. I'm talking about Tombstone rip the pipe off the wall, break them, and get to hitting them with these. Like, yo, and then Peter absolutely getting washed. I'm talking about he ate a 10-piece, and then he got back up. Sit your like, and then he finally start boxing. You get a point of view of Dr. Octopus when you looking up and we see them squaring off. And Peter got he got set up like he in there, and then start he mixing. It was so cold. It was so cold. It was so hard, yo. Pause. Let me calm down because I'm tripping. But yeah, gas, absolute fire. Green Goblin getting his own video. I'm telling you that right now. So I'm not even gonna talk about him right now. If you want the Green Goblin segment, you gotta wait for his video. Come back for it. But yeah, it was so fire. Seeing Tombstone play this Kingpin role was great. Tombstone needs to be introduced in more like Spider-Man. What's the name? Spider-Man series and just Spider-Man media. Tombstone needs to be talked about. He was always so underrated. I feel like he's more of a Miles person though. Personally, I think he's for Miles Morales, not Peter Parker. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, now we're gonna talk about, let's just talk about Peter, bro. Peter in this show, his growth as like the way they've shown his balance of life just slowly teetering from start to finish of the show, because I love how they start the show off where he's a fresh Spider-Man. I think this is like he's fresh off of year one, maybe, where he's a myth. They don't even know, like people don't really know him for real. They know him, but they don't know him. And all the villains, there's no super villains, but him becoming more and more active and his like running around with a spider signal. What? Like, really? But seeing like his name get more and more and he getting more and more into the limelight. So now the villains got to ramp it up. You are the direct cause of what is happening. Where even Jameson, he brings it up. He's like, they was never around. These supervillains were never around until you came around. Till you started doing what you do best. Now we got to deal with it. It's a great point. But seeing him like as a rookie getting washed, Lizard put paws on him. Who was Lizard feeling like in that episode? I ain't never seen him get walked down by Dr. Connors like that. Crazy. I'm talking about, I don't even want to talk about it. He just got washed. But yeah, like seeing this rookie Spider-Man, because season 2 Spectacular Spider-Man would have watched season 1 Lizard in that fight. The experience is shown. But yeah, seeing like how he's dealing with all these threats now and his encounters with like, say, Electro, where he's like, dang, I misjudged you in their first encounter, where they did that in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he was like, I messed up. I should have handled you differently. You needed help. You didn't need to be stopped like a villain. But seeing in this one where it's like, dang, yo, I went about this the wrong way. And seeing like the hero in him sort of shown when in their next interaction, he's like, instead of immediately antagonizing Electro like he did, he's like, he's trying to reach out a helping hand, but it's too late because you came off wrong in the first encounter. But he learned from that, where from then on, I feel like that interaction sort of stuck with him, because with Sandman and everything, Sandman was great. But maybe all these villains need their own videos, bro. Maybe all of them, really. A lot of them, at least. But the way that he interacts with them off of his first encounter with Electro, where he's like, yo, dude, I want to help you. Like, you realize you have all these talents and you wasting them being a villain, bro? Did you hear about one of my favorite jokes when he was talking to Max? I think he was talking to either Max or someone else, but he was like, now stop me if I'm wrong, but did you ever hear about the one great power comes great responsibility. Like the joke, it was hilarious. This Spider-Man was the funniest by far. But yeah, seeing all that, and then his love life, because this is the Spider-Man that got the most play. Can't even cap. The harem is there. The harem is there. But seeing his love life go the way that it did, where he was basically sitting there juggling between, all right, I got real life feelings for Gwen. Like, I know Gwen is the one for me. But that Latina, though. But the Latina, though. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, brother. Sadly, I do. I feel you so much. Where he's looking at Liz, because Liz is the popular chick. He would have never imagined in a million years that he would get with Liz. And I feel like that's what it was. It was like, yeah, he liked Liz, but I feel like it was more of a trophy thing. Like, yeah, that's me. I did that. But with Gwen, bro, that's the one for you. And he realized it like way too late. He acted on his feelings way too late, where it got to the point that Harry wanted Gwen. And now you dodging eggshells, you stepping on people's lives, but you trying to get to her, but it's like you can't. That's wrong, bro. That's morally wrong. And seeing like how he was ditching Liz all the time, and she still tried to understand him until she just couldn't take it no more, and he just wouldn't reveal his identity. Like, oh my gosh, bro. This show was perfect. This show was perfect, bro. Don't even get me started with the symbiote. No. On video, maybe. I feel like everybody knows about the symbiote, though. I don't really gotta go too much in it. Just know this was fire. The best iteration of the symbiote by far. It was greatness. Pure beauty. But yeah, I truly feel like if we got another season of this show, boy, I can't wait to make that Goblin video, bro. It was so good. Yeah, this is enough for me because I'm losing it. The more I just think about this show, the more ideas it's just flooding. I'm gonna get there will be characters getting their own breakdowns. This was gas. Yeah, y'all like, comment, and subscribe, B. And stay safe though. I'm out. Merry Christmas once again. This video 2 of the day. Be easy.